Good morning from Fort Clark Springs, Texas on a Wednesday morning, March the 19th, 2025 at 6:39 a.m. It is 65 degrees on my patio this morning and it's 72 degrees inside my little house here in Fort Clark Springs. But anyway, there's someone that wants to say hello to you this morning. The good old one-eared goat. Yeah, we'll bring the goat back, huh? Yeah, Romeo and Matilda can sit over there, and it can sit over there. But when I when I leave here on in April to go pick up the casita, I'm not going to take Romeo, Matilda, and it because I don't have a place for them. Nor, well, I probably take the steel tongue drum. I got room for that, and the goat. So anyway, good morning. What else? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Make it a good one. It's the day after yesterday, day before tomorrow. It's right now, and right now went poof, right on by, man. I'm telling you, March the 19th already. Yeah, I think it's been a month since I ordered my casita or more, or approximately. And yeah, it's coming up on April the 4th. How about that? And then what else? Never worry about what you cannot change. You know what I mean? So now what else? Oh, for your viewing pleasure today, yeah, Neil from New York came by the other day, and I did a video of his setup in his van, so you'll get to see that today. He lives full-time in his van now. He sold the farm, so to speak. And he's on the road, retired and on the road. Anyway, this is Vic 59. Good morning, Rusty. People watching is fun sport. I sometimes find a nearby regional airport and watch planes land and take off, or sit at a local rail station, watch the trains come in and watch people getting off. Not all that exciting, but I find it relaxing. Now, what's really fun, park at a boat launch. That's entertaining. No, you're right about a boat launch. I did that. They actually have at where they used to, at Port O'Connor, Texas, they have a, is it Port O'Connor? I think it is. I could be wrong on that. But they have a boat launch, and they actually have bleachers. You know, you can sit in the bleachers and watch people load and unload boats. And it is very entertaining. The best ones to watch, though, is about right around sunset or before, when the guys are coming in from fishing, because they're all drunk. I mean, you'll see some really interesting stuff, man. Yep. Anyway, Stephen Greco, great YouTube channel, Rusty. Well, thank you, Stephen. I'm glad you enjoy it. I enjoy doing it because I ain't got nothing else to do. And at my age, having something to do is very important. Well, at any age, I guess, but when you're younger, you know, you're in the workforce, most of you, and yeah, that gives you something to do about 40 to 60 hours a week. And then when you retire, see, you got to fill that void. It takes some effort, I tell you. This is Lorriz, okay? I noticed that my new Maverick also turns on the AC randomly when I start it. Yeah, it depends on what temperature you've got the set. You know, like I keep mine at 72, or that's what I have it set at. It seems to work pretty good, but yeah, it comes on every time. I mean, king for a day. But you know, you can just tap that little button, it's off. You know, king for a day. I'm just amazed at what some folks spend their money on, and yes, I realize it's their money, but that's what makes it entertaining. See, they look like fool to you or to me, but to them, they're doing something that's very, very good. I remember when I used to travel quite a bit on airplanes. You know, airports are wonderful places to observe humanity or insanity, whatever you want to call it, because you know, you may have a delay between flights or whatever. Rarely do you just go from one flight to another. You know, usually there's a delay or you missed it. I mean, you know, and yeah, so I did that. I'd watch people. And I'd go into little bars, get a beer, and and yeah, people coming and going all the time. I met some interesting people. Yeah, Scotty, nice shirt, cool comment, call, cool video talk. Thank you, Scotty, the masked bowler from Wisconsin. This is Tyler, says beautiful day, Rusty. Yeah, that it was a beautiful day, but we've had some beautiful spring weather here. We've had a couple of windy days, but by and large, the temperatures have been great. And today the high is going to be like 79, and the rest all the way to the end of March is really good, and hopefully the first few days of April will be all right, so I can pick up my casita and head west. Am I in a hurry? No, not really. I'm checking some things out. I returned the microwave oven. I'm going to go without that, and I got me a air popcorn popper, those air popper things, and I'm taking it back too. I thought I'd use it. No. Well, the reason is I used a small kernel popcorn, and it just blows out all the kernels everywhere. I had popcorn all over the kitchen last night. I thought, well, do you want to keep this? No, I don't. So back it goes, and so yeah, we can pop, let me tell you, it's amazing. You can pop popcorn in a cast iron skillet with nothing in it, no oil, no nothing. Just put the popcorn in dry, put a lid on it, it'll pop it. You have to, shake it a little bit to keep it from burning it. But if you put the same popcorn in a stainless steel container, it sticks. It just burns it. I don't know what the difference is, but that's the way it is. Gary Anthony, pretty day there. Yeah, it was. This is Tracker of Bad Boys, Brothers Against Cancer, a biker gang from Harris County. No, a biker gang is Hell's Angels or the Banditos or the Pagans or the Outlaws. Those are gangs. Brothers Against Cancer is a club. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then Louis Paparella says, true, a motorcycle riders club, similar to the Vietnam vets. Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. Dogman Chronicles, a little people watching is always fun. Thanks. Yeah, well, you can't people watch here because there's not enough people. There's no people. You got to have people first. This is Cocoa Beans, mom. Anyway, hi, Rusty. My husband and I started watching your videos about 8 years ago. Thanks for sharing your life with us. You're very welcome. Yeah, it's it gives me something to do, and I look forward to, it forces me to get, well, it doesn't force me, but it gives me a reason to get out of bed in the morning. And I got that from a book that I read about George Burns. He wrote a book about growing older, or several actually, and in one of them he says that you got to have a reason to get out of bed, and he's right, because if you don't, you'll just lay around there and become a vegetable, Al K, I guess. Hi, Rusty. We have a 2021 Casita Spirit Deluxe. We have enjoyed it very much. We have had no problems with it. The only bad thing we have had happen is the door being damaged by the wind. One morning we woke up to a very strong wind. Opening the door for the first time that morning, the wind caught the door, pulled it out of the hand, and banged against the side. Yeah, that can happen in any RV. You really have to hold on to that door. That's a fact. Well, yeah, thank you. Al Fur, thumbs up to you. And who else was that? Yeah. No Way Jose says, I'm a people. Yeah, I'm a people. You're a people. Charlie B. Good morning, Rusty and Rangers. Well, good morning, Charlie B. And this is Cody McJohnson. Bring back the one-eared goat. I did, Cody, just for you. There's the one-eared goat right there. Why does he have one ear? I don't know. Somehow one of the ears broke off. I had it taped on his back for a while. I was going to try to glue it back, but I lost the ear. I don't know where it is. Pamela Chandler. Beautiful day. Yeah, it was a beautiful day for people watching, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that outing. That was nice. You know, I'm going to try to do that once a week. I'll go somewhere else next time. I don't know where I'll go. Uh, yeah, that's just a pretty drive there. Jim Berry, I'll be sitting in that same parking lot in 3 weeks on my Gold Wing tricycle. For me, it's 600 miles one way. Thanks for getting the juices flowing. Yeah, Leakey's a nice place. You know, they say they call it Leakey. I've only heard them call it Leakey. You know, again, and I've lived here for years. Come sail away. If the store doesn't have prices, then they are trying to scam you. I would leave immediately. I don't know. Some of the items do have prices, but most don't. You know. And that was weird. James Jackson, I can hear you because you're sitting still. Good for you, James. Terrell, 48. Those bikers and auto club folks come to Leakey because of the Twisted Sisters, which is a group of 3 county roads that wind around through the country that are very fun to drive or ride and very scenic. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And, you know, and then the person below there, Ivan, says, he goes, you know, yeah, he's right. Because you put the word out there, and boy, the next thing you know, well, those roads will be packed. You know, it's just like me opening my big mouth about some of the places I go, and then I go back and they're crowded. You know, James Jackson, I don't try to change anything. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Oh, 01 Linda, Lenda, says, God bless Texas. Spring break this week. Yeah, this is a big deal. I didn't even think about that when I went over there. Anyway, we'll do a few more here. Mr. C.J. Cav, thumbs up to you. Arthur Adams says March 25th. I must have said March 25th in the video or something. I do that. You know, it's just the way I am, guys. You know, I'm lucky I get that close. Grateful Graham. Good morning, Rusty. Man, you get some beautiful days. Love people watching sometimes. Have a great day. Much love and many blessings. Thank you. 2 more. Wayne Wilson. Be interesting to see what's different from the old and new Casita. Well, they've made a few tweaks, and they're good tweaks, you know. They really are. One of them was that switch for the 12-volt water pump. It was a regular little on-off switch mounted right in front of the kitchen sink. And now they just have a button there. Because, see, you could easily be around the kitchen sink and touch that button, and it's on. You don't realize it, and you lay down to take a nap, and you hear this, you know what I mean? Anyway, Belinda Salinas says, yep, Harris County includes Houston, my old hometown. They're probably on spring break. I'm sure a lot of them were. Alfer, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to all you Rangers. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your life. Let me give you a goat kiss. Beep. You know, the only downside of goats is they stink. You know, they just do, man. The males are worse. Believe me, the males are 10 times worse, but they all have a goat smell. And every time, you know, people eat cabrito, which is goat, you know, and I just can't because you can smell that. The meat smells like the goat, all right? But anyway, guys, from Fort Clark Springs, on Wednesday morning, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want. If you're going to buy something from Amazon, use the Amazon link in the description of my videos. And then what else? Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and all that stuff. And then what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep. Hold it for a few seconds. Breathe out slowly. Relieves stress. Lowers your blood pressure. It works. Trust me. Do it several times a day. And then stretch, swivel, walk, pedal, exercise your body once or twice every single day. Very good for you. And then stand guard at the door of your mind. You know, this is your head, your brain, your frontal lobes, all that stuff. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. Enjoy your life one day or one moment at a time. At ease, carry on, adios, bye-bye, hasta luego, vaya con Dios, aloha, until the next day. One day closer to getting the casita. Adios, guys. Bye.